Wow, papitinha, papeira, why filho stoppi? Aua, okay, you think, can't you pull your use tonight? Me magic. Aua, okay, you think, can't you pull your use tonight? Me magic. Me magic. Me magic.
Welcome to the LifeScope channel. On your way in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It's appreciated as always. I saw a crazy TikTok clip of a woman that has been trying to get her sperm donor to pay child support, which prompted me to do this video. Check this out and I'll be back.
I got pregnant in hopes that my sperm donor would support me financially. I don't work, never have, never will. 1, because I don't want to, and 2, because it's against my religion. My plan was to always just get pregnant and have my baby daddy support me financially through child support. Turns out I'm a lesbian, so I had to go to a sperm bank and get artificially inseminated. One of my friends worked at the sperm bank and she secretly gave me my sperm donor's contact info. So I befriended him and, invited him over for drinks, and I got a DNA sample off of his cup and sent in a sample of his DNA and my son's DNA to make sure that they were a match. And they were. So I was like, perfect. So I'm going to take him to court and try to get child support. I lost. But I'm not giving up hope, because now that I'm famous, I'm trying to find a judge that is a fan of mine that will take this case and pretend they don't know who I am and rule in my favor to where my sperm donor still has to support me financially. The kid wouldn't exist if it weren't for him, so he should be obligated to pay something.
Once I saw this video, I literally thought this can't be for real. Because how can any woman, lesbian or not, go to a sperm bank in hopes of conceiving a child, and then when their situation doesn't work out, they want to go after the man who was just trying to drop off some sperm? I was really a few days old when I found out the new hustle for towback bitches is to try and run down their sperm donors. Now, although this isn't a thing on a larger scale, I could see more females trying to pull this mess. And what gets me is this lady lover who more than likely don't really like men at all, but has no problem trying to get the court to release a man's money though. All because her girlfriend decided to be a deadbeat mom. It gives off confusion, it gives off get your life, it gives off if you're not serious about taking care of a child, then why make such a life-changing decision?
A Kansas court has ruled that a sperm donor who answered a Craigslist ad from a lesbian couple must now pay child support. Topeka resident William Murata had argued that he had waived his parental rights and didn't intend to be a father. But a judge ruled that since the procedure wasn't performed by a licensed physician, Murata didn't qualify as a sperm donor under Kansas law.
In my mind, if the state of Kansas was to put this to all of the people of the state of Kansas to a vote, like, do we need to change the laws so this doesn't happen, I think I would be out of this mess right off the bat.
The state pursued the case in an effort to hold Murata responsible for $6,000 in public assistance provided to the child, along with any additional future child support.
The video I just played is from years ago, and this man was ordered by the state of Kansas to pay child support. However, in this case, the state forced this on the sperm donor because he and the lesbian couple didn't go through a physician. The man only answered a Craigslist ad to help a couple get pregnant. Although it took some time, the Kansas sperm donor was able to get that decision reversed. So as of right now, he doesn't have to pay any child support. Artificial insemination is typically around $3,000 and requires multiple attempts for a successful outcome. It's much easier for someone to come over and far less expensive. but by going around a doctor and doing it yourself. It can leave a couple open to receiving sperm that hasn't been tested for diseases or even looking into genetic abnormalities unless the man gets tested.
I imagine when you showed up at these ladies' door with a bag, you didn't really envision a 3-year court battle, did you?
Absolutely not.
41 Action News investigator Andy Alcock has new court documents filed in this case just this week. Andy?
Justin, the state of Kansas filed this briefing arguing William Murata should be given parental rights and financial responsibility for the girl who's about to turn 6. But neither he nor the lesbian couple want him involved in the girl's life.
I've never spoken to anybody who's a sperm donor and says I expect to be the father too.
After answering a Craigslist ad, it's been roughly 7 years since William Murata agreed by contract to be a sperm donor for same-sex couple Jennifer Schreiner and Angie Bauer.
The contract says before anything happened, I wasn't going to be a parent.
Murata showed up at the women's house with a bag containing a cup with his donation 3 times and never took any money for it. Using a basic syringe, Bauer says she was able to impregnate Schreiner.
It was never intended for William to be a parent. Jennifer and I created this child, not William and Jennifer.
But the state of Kansas disagrees. It all started after the 2 women applied for state assistance. In a filing this week, co-counsel Timothy Keck wrote, "History has not washed away the long-standing public policy of legitimacy through marriage, and none of the parties have asserted a marriage occurred between any of the parties." Schreiner and Bauer did have a commitment ceremony.
We couldn't marry at the time. It wasn't legal.
You would have been otherwise, you think?
Absolutely.
Both Bauer and Murata believe the state is pursuing the case due to political pressure from a conservative administration. Judge Mary Mativi ordered Murata to undergo paternity testing. Kansas Governor Sam Brownback appointed her to the bench in 2012. Murata says he spent tens of thousands of dollars fighting the case. The state wants him named the father, partially responsible for medical expenses, and to pay more than $1,600 in child support.
What do you think about that request?
I'm not a parent.
This should be about the love that a child gets from 2 parents. She has that, has always had it.
Both Murata and Bauer say he's had no involvement in the girl's life. A decision in this case is likely to come after the first of the year. Whatever happens, attorneys say an appeal is a near certainty. Live in studio, investigator Andy Alcock, 41 Action News.
So again, in this particular case, Kansas was trying to force the sperm donor to be a father, obviously for political reasons. Even though this is really about the female sitting in her car admitting to not wanting to work, I felt it was necessary to bring up the Kansas case because if it didn't get overturned, that could be the start of opening up the door for certain females to leech. So right now, we can only go on her word that this is a true story. But trying to get sperm donors to pay child support is a real thing. Fortunately, the female that isn't with her girlfriend anymore, her case was thrown out and she lives to plot another day. As always, let me know what you think, support the channel, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time.